All right, checking sets today here. We're getting towards the end of our season. Just about a week left. Now, doing a little bit of everything, coyotes, coons, everything else, but we gotta be real conscious about these coons here because number one, prices are low, and number two, these coons are in full rut. And what they do is they start rutting and they start rubbing real bad on their backs. So we want to take and be extra cautious. If we see a raw spot on that coon's back, we want to let them go, even if they're a good sized one, because you know, there's a good chance you're going to see that scar or open that wound, and then you know your $3 coon's worth absolutely nothing. So anyway, just keep that in mind. But what we've got here today is we got this nice boar coon here. This was a blind set, no bait at all. We had snow yesterday whenever I set this, and I seen some tracks in the snow, and they were real fresh because I set the set, you know, just a few hours after the snow fell. But you can see the trail goes down through there, and then it meanders on. You can still see there's just a little bit of snow left in there. But big boar coon, that's a big coon, but he's been rutting, you know, so he's thinned down. He's not quite as fluffy as he was. Still good prime fur though. And if we look right there on his back, we don't see any rub spots. So this will be one we'll want to take. Number 3, it was just bedded blind set in the trap. Now obviously you can see he's got this area just tore all to hell. So it's going to be hard for a remake. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and instead of remaking this set just right here, I'm going to pull it and I'm going to move it right down there in that trail where there's a distinct trail yet. And then that way, hopefully I can get him before he gets into this open area. So you can still use the same general location, but you know, just kind of move your trap over because he's got this area all flattened out. And you can see how that's just a trail in the grass. But a blind set, we've had real cold weather. The coons are rutting, so they're not terribly concerned with eating. So these blind sets are really, really paying off, really beneficial. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get this guy taken care of. You can see it's getting dark, kind of in a rush anyway. So anyway, that's another coon for the boards. All right, so I apologize for the dark again, but here's the finished set. It's just right there. You can see just the break in the snow. I pushed it back in the thick a little bit. There's a trail it meanders on. You can see it's probably 6 or 7 feet. There lays the coon. There's the catch circle. So not a lot of blocking, just put it in their path. These sets are speed sets. They're really quick. You know, I just pulled the trap. We got frozen ground, so I pretty much just stuck the trap on top of the ground and covered it with grass. No need for a sifter or anything else. They're real quick and you know, very productive. So anyway, you know, they produce. That's a 3X coon right there. So anyway, we'll just keep pushing back as we keep catching them. These coons are rutting. They're running all hours of the day, so that's good. All right, so we're checking sets here this evening, and checking the mix line here between canine sets and coon sets. We got the end of the season rut. This little guy here, he's really trying to hide from me. Hey, little buddy. There he is. Little bitty old coon here. This year's Kit. I got this dog proof toggled off to this big log here because it was the only thing that wasn't rotten. Get a fence staple in. Just in this tangled up mess here of a creek. But we had snow on, you know, for a few days, and it's the rut, so the coons are moving regardless. And I seen coon tracks just right here, so that's where I made the set. And this little guy got in here, so we're gonna let this guy go, of course. All right, so besides seeing all the beautiful sunrises, sunsets, and just getting out and seeing awesome scenery, snow geese are migrating back. And it's just cool to come out here and just see this field here. I'm probably 250, 300 yards away, and there's probably somewhere in the realm of 20,000 birds out there. So that's really cool to see. Really cool to see. Makes me wonder if I shouldn't go home and get the decoys and just hang up this trapping thing for a little bit. Ain't no money in it anyway. Don't see that every day. Pretty cool. Alright, so we're continuing down this little line here. Popped into the timber here. The field's just back behind me, and this is just an old farmer's travel way. It's an old culvert, not very wide, but tracks of critters anyway. So DP right there. They're going kind of over and under both. There's tracks in both. Skunk right there. And then right over here, there's a nice big dryland coon. Also in a DP. They're pretty whenever they're dryland. Seems like it's so muddy around here, you never see them. They're not muddy, but that's a big old boar coon there. Toggled off with a fence staple, simple set. Right here in this dried up creek bed thing going in, and you know, just simple sets pay off here. These are quick, simple sets. There's a nice big prime coon there, and then, like I said, right on the other side of that skunk. So anyway, that's two quick, easy critters. We'll go ahead and get these guys both taken care of, and then we'll just reset. Same spot, and like I said, it's the rut, so there's always critters moving right around now as far as the coons go, so good deal. All right, so we're down in this little creek. Made this set yesterday here. Let's see, we got a big old boar coon right there. So this set here was simply just a dog proof. I found this random piece of log or firewood or whatever it was here and toggled it off. The set was just right there, and you could see he's moved that toggle, what, 1.5 feet? Not that very big of a piece, but it doesn't take much to toggle off these coons. There he sits. He's yellow, but he's a big old boar coon. Didn't make it very far at all. So anyway, like I said, guys, I know it seems really repetitious, you know, me showing you these sets. And the reason it's repetitious is because this is what works for me. You know, I don't have to get super creative, and I don't have to do all these fancy things. Especially right now, this time of year during the rut, I just got to go out and set on sign. There's not a lot to it. If you're in for trying all these new things and stuff, that's great. But you know, if you just want to catch stuff, find something simple, keep it simple, stupid, and you know, things just come together. It's not that difficult, really, as long as you're finding sign. Like I said, this is just little creek bed here. We've got ice on it, you know, and frozen ground, so you got to just kind of understand where how the critter movement is going to be. But like I said, it's producing, and it produces you know, a high percentage of the time too. So anyway, I'm gonna get this guy taken care of here and just reset this trap right here. Like I said, this was the first night on this set. I've got, what, 7 days left of season, and it'll set till the season ends, and there'll be more coons caught in this area just because it's the rut. Coons are naturally traveling. So anyway, guys, my thoughts on that. Keep it simple, stupid. Boom. All right, so checking sets here today. It's cold, it's nasty, but critters seem to be moving. Anyway, I get a lot of questions about toggles, and I have almost strictly gone to 100% toggling off for my coon sets. One big advantage is For instance, you can see right there was the set as a dog proof. Now I just caught a possum and let it go, but you know, we get a lot of mud and it's on the edge of the water, so it's got the area all boogered up, but you can see that trail is what I had this trap set on. Well, with the toggle, it's just a matter of seconds that you can just take the toggle, move down the trail 5-10 feet, set in brand new you know, uncluttered up, unmuddied location. Now ideally, the idea was that you could see there's the toggle that I had. Ideally the critter would have taken the, you know, the toggle a little further away, maybe out into the creek or a little further away from the set, but it was a small possum that I just caught and he kind of stayed in that area. But by having that toggle on there, I don't have to carry all the stuff to pull up that trap and move it. I can just move my toggle down. So anyway, just a little tip. Like I said, I talk all the time about my toggles, and you know, out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sets that I've made this year, you can count on one hand the amount of times that I've actually solidly anchored a dog proof. I just don't do it anymore. So you know, just a tip, love them toggles.